Good evening, everyone. I'm Stephen Elson. Today, the Pac-12 had their annual football media day in Los Angeles. Jake Zivin anchors our Duck and Beaver coverage from Universal Studios.
Welcome down to sunny Los Angeles. Universal Studios, it's the site of Pac-12 Media Day, the unofficial start of the football season, and our first chance to talk to the Ducks and the Beavers since spring ball ended. For Chip Kelly, it was an eventful summer off the field. He ran with the Bulls in Pamplona and talk of a new hot tub. As for that stylish spa, Kelly, rather disappointingly, burst the bubble. He won't be watching game film in a jacuzzi.
We don't have film in a hot tub.
Are you going to in 2 years?
No. This is the biggest overblown story I've ever heard in my life. I think there's a TV in the coach's locker room. We look at scores all the time. We don't have video feeds where we're watching film. This thing's good. I'm going to get Mike Brady from the Brady Bunch to read the freaking blueprints to get this thing straightened out. So
We don't have any architects on our staff.
I know. This is not a lot of architects in Eugene. So
The other part of Chip's wild summer is not a letdown. He did indeed run with the Bulls in Pamplona, Spain.
saw the course on Friday, kind of scouted it out a little bit, used our analytical coaching analysis of where we should be, and then put a game plan together in our heads, get up the next morning, and took off and ran, and did not run any way that we planned. But it was fun.
Were you scared?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, a 2,000-pound bull with big horns coming by it.
You're not as fast as Nick Simmons?
No. I ran as fast as Nick Aliotti.
Kenyon Barner let it slip that he spent his 4th of July wakeboarding, which he thinks his coaches may not approve of. But as far as summer activities go, Kenyon will stay on the water and away from the Bulls.
I'm glad he made it through. Him and Coach Frost. That's something, I don't know if I would do it. Big animals, horns, strong. Just not too sure if that's a scene for me.
Yeah, he can't get mad at you for wakeboarding if he's
if he's running with the Bulls, he got a team to coach.
No running with the Bulls or playful hot tub stories for Oregon State this summer. Instead, the headlines were about run-ins with the law. Multiple Beaver arrests, including 3 at the same Corvallis nightclub. Star cornerback Jordan Poyer was the most high-profile player to get in trouble. But on Tuesday, it was announced that charges against him will be dismissed. And at Media Day, Poyer seemed frustrated over the way his incident had been portrayed.
At the wrong place at the wrong time. Not necessarily doing the wrong things. And there's always going to be those people out there who feel like they have authority over you, and it's just, it is what it is, man. It's been taken care of, and I'm not going into details over it. I could say a lot about it. I wish I could, but I'm not going to. But it's been taken care of.
Head coach Mike Riley told me that there are some places that he's advised his players to stay away from, but he didn't want to list them publicly. The preseason Pac-12 media polls came out today. No surprise, Oregon and USC favored to win their divisions, but the Trojans overwhelmingly favored to beat the Ducks in the Pac-12 title game. As for the Beavers, picked to finish last in the Pac-12 North. At Pac-12 Media Day in LA, Jake Zivin, KEZI 9 Sports.
Hello, everyone. I'm Stephen Elson. Today, the Pac-12 had their annual football media day. Our own Jake Zivin was hanging out at Universal Studios, not enjoying the theme park. He was finding out where the Ducks and Beavs stack up with the rest of the conference heading into the fall.
The Pac-12 preseason media polls are out, released in conjunction with Media Day down here at Universal Studios Hollywood. No surprise, the Ducks are picked to finish first in the North. USC picked to win the South. What is interesting is that the Trojans are overwhelming favorites to win the Pac-12 title game. And a rivalry has grown between the two teams after USC ruined Oregon's national title hopes a year ago. You can tell from the way Kenyon Barner answered my question about looking forward to playing them again that he's holding back his feelings a bit about playing the Trojans. What are your thoughts about the Trojans?
Thoughts? I'm definitely excited. I feel like that game could have went a lot different if we would have handled our end of it. So I'm definitely excited to get the opportunity to get back out there and get them, especially with it being back here in Southern California.
USC head coach Lane Kiffin has been known to fan fires in the past. Today he played it safe, profusely complimenting the Ducks at every opportunity.
I went to the Rose Bowl, so I was down there on the field and not having to coach and just watch them. There was so much speed returning, and a lot of it has to do with coaching too. It's one thing to have talent, but they perform so well and they play so fast under Coach Kelly. It's why they're so good.
The preseason poll was not as kind to the Beavers. Oregon State is picked to finish last in the Pac-12 North. Every team talks about being excited at this point in the season, but the Beavers seem to have more swagger, more confidence, more edge when talking about why they think this year will be different from the past two.
And nobody wants to feel that pain again. And so this offseason, we've just been busting our butts. We've been pushing each other every single day to just become the best we can be. And if we become Simon Detail and play as one heartbeat, we feel like we can't be beat.
There definitely is confidence. You can tell, in our walk and our work, the effort, the intensity, the focus, all that stuff that we have, improved on. Should get us back to where we want to be.
On a lighter note, I talked to Chip Kelly about his eventful summer, which included running with the Bulls in Pamplona, Spain. I asked him if the 825-meter chase made him feel like Nick Simmons. His response, I felt like Nick Aliotti. At Pac-12 Media Day in L.A., Jake Ziven, KEZI 9 Sports.
It is the unofficial start of football season, Media Day. KEZI 9 News Sports Director Jake Ziven is in L.A. and talked to the Ducks and Beavers about their vastly different off seasons.
When we were at Pac-12 Media Day last season, the focus was on the Ducks' off-field problems. Will Lyles and a 118-mile-per-hour speeding cornerback dominated the discussion. This year, it's different. No known arrests among Duck players since spring ball ended. And that's great, right? Well, Chip Kelly puts it in a different perspective.
It should please me. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. But, you don't pat them on the back because they don't get arrested. That's what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Still, it's a change from the past couple of summers, and the Ducks say that can be partly credited to the man who made the headlines the past 2 years, Kiko Alonso.
He's taking young guys underneath his wing, kind of yelling at guys. You don't expect that from Kiko. But Kiko, he's just been a great aspect to the team.
Kiko really doesn't talk that much. When he does talk, it's pretty funny. Kiko's been pretty much a spoken leader about, staying out of trouble, having everyone's back.